Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fighting Game Gems. Today's game is JoJo's Battle All-Star R. For those who don't know, this was the game that originally came on the PS3, and later on they remade the game on PC and PS4. Updated graphics, updated super, updated mechanics, and all the original DLC that were in the game before. It was one of those games that originally came out on the PS3, and it did big. And it was only this is around the time when PlayStation was dabbling in Japanese games that were porting them over. So this game had a comeback. I'm really excited to play this game. I'm really sure you're excited to play this game. Oh, by the way, Base Cast has 50 characters, and they're actually adding new characters that were not in the original game, which is kind of hype. But let's go over some of the game a little bit, mechanics and things, and therefore. So let's get right into it. So first, we'll pick the one everyone knows, JoJo, and we'll make them go against the Mighty. There are a lot of references to the show and the game and things, and likewise in the other. It's kind of cool to see. And in this game, it worked kind of interesting. It's the initial pick. It doesn't matter what's this is more for presenting purposes. But there's a lot of references to the gameplay, to the show, and what things that can happen in the game. And I'll go over some of the basics of the game, how it kind of works. There's a lot of stuff in the game doesn't touch. And what better to play on the same bridge that they fought on, right? So for those who watch the show, this is going to be awesome. For those who doesn't watch the show, this is going to be a little bit of spoilers here. So, sorry in advance. So here's the game. The way the game works, it kind of works like it's a little bit different than any average how you say arena style combat game like Naruto or any game like that. So it's pretty simple. So square, triangle, circle. If you're on PlayStation, X, Y, and B is your light, medium, high. So light, medium, and high charge. That's the basic of it. And your X on PlayStation or A on Xbox is your dodge. If you hit by itself, it dodges. If you hit down, it does that. R1 is your stand or your transformation. There's people in the game that have stands, which is what you see floating in front of you, aka Star Platinum for those who watch the show. And there's some for transformations or Haman, each different character of the game. And there's different scenarios. You go low, medium, high. That's like your bread and butter for a combo. But you can also go low, medium, high, cancel to your stand coming out, and keep going. So in the scenario, you can do and bring on damage. Most combos are quarter circle. Most special attack quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, half circle back, dragon punch, things like that. So it's fairly simple. And there's another mechanic in the game. As you can see, there is a assist on the top. You press it by hitting R2 on right bumper, and that dot will go. Depending on if you're being hit or if you're not being hit, determines how the assist goes. So if I'm in the middle of being attacked and they hit super, the blue gauge, the blue diamond will do a counter. The pink circles are the attack based ones, which you can do like mid combo and things like that. And the blue one you can do mid combo. And then during that, there's a cooldown, as you can see on screen, as it being pink. A pink cooldown. Now, during the pink cooldown, you can do the counter cooldown for the assist, if that makes a little bit of sense. Some other insights, if you hit down 4 and 2 buttons with any character in the game, it does the initial super. Now, if you have 2 to 3 gauges, and the more gauge you have, the more damage you do the level 3. There's a little bit of anime references right here for you, which is kind of cool. There's a little bit of another thing in the game too, which is called like a flash cancel. So if you do a combo in L2, you can cancel. And depending on what move it is, because it's very debatable between each character, this is what makes the game more technical. And you can do like a it's almost like if you ever play Guilty Gear, it's basically a roaming cancel for the game. And there is one more mechanic in the game too, and this is most specifically used of people that basically something put in front of them. If you do a move and then hit the stand button again as the move is out, while the stand is out, it does a cancel where it's almost like if you ever play Smash Brothers, and if you ever play Ice Combo, it's basically a decent. And it's all depending on what move you do. So say if I do a combo, see how right there? The stand was still doing something else, and I was able to run in and cancel and go crazy. So kind of tie these stuff together and do moves. And there's other little nuances in the game. There's a thing called resolve, which is think of it as your X factor. If your gauge is under, your health gauge under 30%, you get this sort of X factor mode, which makes it so your gauge goes faster and your health and your special gauge goes up faster, and your health gauge is still around 6. So around, if I can keep practicing, if I put my health, I don't know if I can go to health on this, so you cannot put your health at a certain thing. But if I was playing the mode, you'll see it. But now, one more thing to the game, and then we'll get into actual matches so you can actually learn the crazier portions of the game. I didn't realize how loud this game was. So here's a little tidbit for you. There are some specific character interaction that happen in the game based on who you're playing with in the game. So to give you some insight, I'll play a Parnoff versus the. I'm playing as the other's Parnoff. Okay. So we're playing on the same stage. Stages doesn't matter. And by the way, this was the first game to start with dramatic finishes before Fighter Z, by the way, too. So if I do this, so I do my special, which is L1. This is level 3. I love this. Here's some fan service for you. There we go. There's a little bit of a reference for you. But if I pick Jotaro though, watch what happens differently. And this is a little bit of nuance for the guys. So Dio now versus Jotaro. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to pick Jotaro as a team. There you go. There we go. And by the way, if you want to see me do more videos on JoJo's Bizarre Game, let me know, because I will. I'm willing to do more videos, whether it's online, showing gameplay and stuff like that. But anyway, let's do Super Game. Now, watch the difference. Watch this. A little bit of reference to the show. And it only does if you fight this version of Jotaro. Now here's the icing on the cake. Now if you're Jotaro, if you do this move on Jotaro and you have extra gauge, another scenario will happen, and I think it makes it does less damage too if you do it. So watch this. Now I'm gonna grab my second control. Grab a second control in. I'll pick Jotaro. So if I hit down in the world with my controller, watch this. Watch this. Wait for it. Look at that, the same ending sequence that happened in the show. And it resets the positions. Really cool stuff here, guys. The last thing I gotta show you, I don't know if this stage has it, honestly. This stage actually doesn't have it. I'll show you on what. And this is the arena effects. This is the last thing I'll show you on, and we'll go into match. I know y'all just dying like, yo, are you going to have to show some gameplay? Like, true gameplay? Yes, I will. No worries. This is going to be a little bit longer than our usual Fighting Game Gym video, so. Pick whatever stage. Awesome. Let's see if we can get the indicator to show. So if you notice when the stage start up, you want to see like these red indicators. Here's a perfect example. So if you do a hard knockdown on a character, watch what happens. It triggers a sequence. And it's usually a sequence regarding an anime. Now, in between this moment of the red triggering, usually what happens is this starts a countdown clock. You won't see it yet. Either arena. So right now here, if you do something crazy, that will trigger on the screen. But there are other scenarios on the screen where it blinks red on the ground itself, and if you're in there when the timer goes up, it'll trigger the sequence command. Whether it could be a random guy beating you up, you getting kicked in the nuts. Who knows? It's random. A dog attack you, a velociraptor. There's a lot of stuff to take in here. But definitely, if you want to check out more, if you want me to break down this game even farther, let me know. Because I am willing to break it. I'm still learning the game too. I have the original game, and I told myself this time I'll actually learn more of this game. So, oh, by the way, there's single battle mode. There's team battle mode, which is basically if you ever played King of Fighters at 3-on-3, and then there's an 8-man tournament if you have a bunch of friends you want to start a tournament. Choose the best. So, player versus computer. We'll pick Joe's game, and then we'll do against, and we'll pick whatever we'll randomize. This. That's the one thing I don't think I've shown yet is how to do this. But I'll show you. Assist if I'm correct is L2. Well, no, we talked about this. We did. Let's do this. Josuke versus whose game? And this battle is basically from the 4th season of JoJo, or part 4. So he is technically the uncle of the last JoJo I played, because the old man basically cheated on his wife. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to think about that on paper. See, even the interaction when you start changes. Oh, by the way, there are simple combos in the game. If you mash the square or X button, it'll automatically go on the super. But when you do stuff like this, just like in the other fighting game that has simple buttons, you don't do as much damage if you get the low, medium, high, and something. Okay. Oh, what he just did there, if you do a perfect block, you can counter moves. He's doing it fast. Oh, man. Oh, I can't cancel. Oh, he got me. That's game. This game has a lot of meter management. If you're not paying attention, there's a lot of it. So definitely make sure you know what to use your meter for, whether it's for the cancels, for your super, for your stand cancels. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, this is one of those games. There's actually a whole tournament scene for this game too, before this game came out. And I think that's part of the reason why the community was like, oh. Oh, I did it! Oh, you done goofed. For those who are wondering what just happened there, he has a heavy armor state in the game involving his hair. So the story behind his hair, this is actually a kind of cool story. And I don't remember exactly the full story, but basically, long story short, there was a scenario where he was stuck in the cell when he was a kid, him and his mom. And they were basically about to die. And this guy showed up to save him with that same weird, cool bar-ish pompadour hairstyle. But the guy died saving him. So since then, he promised to keep his hair like that and like basically more like a tribute to the guy. So if anybody ever makes fun of his hair, he freaking loses it. And that's what you just saw, which is kind of cool. Oh, I almost canceled. But so, see how those cancels can kind of work? Oh no. We got this guy. Got him! Look at his health gauge. Look at this. Look how petty this is. So his main ability is kind of weird. He can reconstruct and put things back together. That includes healing people. So there's one fight in the show where he was like, "Oh," the guy was like, "You wouldn't have heard a messed up person who's all beat up." He's like, "Oh no, yes, you're right. Me fighting you while you beat up is kind of cheap. So let me heal you." He heals him first, then beats the crap out of him. It's like the funniest thing that happens in the series. You already saw him. Let's do a different fight. Yeah, this game has a lot of nuances to it. It's really cool. Definitely recommend you should check it out. Anything. And there's other gimmicks in the game, but I can't break it all down in this. Yeah, there's just I'll just show you the main points of the game. I don't know if I could be able to get the dramatic finish to work on the match. Now this guy's ability is kind of crazy. He can pull the air in space and pulls you toward or pull himself towards you. He's kind of crazy. And this is not what. And the cool thing about this, compared to like Naruto or something. This game to me is a little bit more technical than Naruto. I mean, Ninja Storm is technical too, like doing the dash dance and stuff. But for this game, like doing all your different combos can't be done the exact same way. I can do the same combo the same way and then just storm with almost all the characters. This game can't. You gotta figure out their knockup scenario. See, look at the red spot. So what happened there? The guy showed up and attacked from the red spot. That's what I was talking about. Oh, he can teleport after the super? That's kind of cool. Landed. Oh, I didn't land it. He might get me. Oh, here's another thing about the game I did not go over. So, if you're fighting somebody and you taunt while they're on a hard knockdown, it will do a ignorant pose, just like the JoJo's series is known for, and it will restand the opponent. I can see if I can, and you can do I think once per battle or something like that. I'll try to see if I can get it. So you can kind of finish the combo. Let's see if we can get it to happen. Watch this. Settle score. There's the time. He re-stood back up. So if you did it while you were in the corner, it could have kept going the combo. I just showed that for purpose. But if I did it in the proper combo, it would have kept going. Oh, I was trying to cancel right there. Let's see if we end with level 3. Oh, he flinched. Got him. There we go. That's a reference to the show, how he got wrecked in the show. With him getting hit in the face like that. So See, there's the stand cancel right there. Uh-oh. Whoa, he got me. So watch what happens there. I can't attack him. So his ability, he can write a rule on your face. Whatever he writes on your face, you're not allowed to do. So right now, I am not allowed to attack him. See, it wore off right there. Kind of busted. Y'all see that? So when I was pushing back, he kept flinching back. I was not allowed to attack. This game is really crazy. A very, very crazy game. I definitely highly recommend it if you ever played it. I'll do one more thing for y'all. So I can show you. So if you look, so when I was hitting those stand changes, it'll show you the style change on them, and then if you hit mode, it'll say Haman. Haman uses, by the way, if you hold the stand button, they don't summon this in, they can actually recover their gauge, which is something stand users can't do. Except for this one, he's like a weird difference, but most of them can. There's mode changes where some of them turn into a mode when they do it. Like there's a whole thing. There's mounts, because there's certain people in the game that can't walk, so they ride horses instead. So there's a whole thing. That's from like I think the 7th season or whatever. But yeah, let's do a transformation sequence. Let's pick Gervano. Cue the piano. No, I'm not gonna play the piano. I was waiting for me to cue a theme up for it. Everyone's like, you gonna play the theme? I was like, no, I'm definitely not trying to hit with the copyright. Okay. And we'll play on their state, which is Gold in the Wind, in part 5. So this was the final fight for Gold in the Wind. By the way, like I said before, this spoiler is in the video. Now, whether or not I'll be able to get the transformation or not, I don't know. Because this transformation has like a bit of a long start. Dodged it. Oh, there we go. Lay on the ground. I don't remember what happens in this show, but this happened in this very scene of the show. I don't remember the difference now. Whoa! So if y'all wonder what just happened, he has a scenario where he can make certain things not exist. So me punching him didn't exist. See how I desynced right there and was able to go forward? That's the desync cancel I was talking about. I know it's called something else in the diehard's going to judge me, but yeah. See, I was able to go low while he was doing that. Oh, perfect. There we go, guys. Let's see if we can get it. Activate. Gold Experience Requiem. I can get in close. Wait, no, I forgot it's a counter. Oh, dang. He's my 9-1. Yep. He wiped me from existence. This is actually a good way to end this because we're going to game 3. Oh, he did the stand on. See that? He did a hard knockdown. Oh, he's dodging everything. Are you serious? And he has a lot of counters. He does not care. I might not win this guy. Or maybe. With gold experience record, I can win. He's gonna wait, Oh, you did the wrong super at the wrong time, buddy. No, I still... He still got it? He still got me. But y'all get the point, though. But this is JoJo's Battle All-Stars remake. I hope you like it. I love this game. There's definitely a lot of nuances I can't show in the video. But if you want to see more JoJo action, let me know. Because I'm willing to stream this game. This game is a lot of fun. But y'all stay awesome. Y'all stay janky. And this is another exciting episode of Fighting Game Gems. I'll see you soon. Peace.